It is just about all over. I can't believe it, guys.
I know. It sped by this year.
I know. It was really fast this year. It was a crazy week here at E3. So let's go through. Maybe talk about some of the favorite things we saw. I'll start.
Yeah. Hey, anybody see anything good? Let me talk about this.
King's Quest. King's Quest really made my dreams come true. I mean, falling in love with Princess Rosella so many years ago when I was such a small child, and now having it, and it looks gorgeous, and it's still funny and funny
really
and just, it's so perfect. Anthony, what about
amazing.
you?
Oh, boy. I got to say, my favorite thing that I saw, I really loved seeing the extended Horizon demo.
Oh, I missed it.
That
It's
really,
incredible.
it kind of opened it up for me. I had conceptually sort of what was going on. You know, I knew I liked the look, I knew I liked the action, but then seeing a little bit more of the gameplay and seeing how everything was connected really sort of blew me away. It's amazing. It might be game of show for me.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Is that what we're doing? Are we doing
It might be
this?
it. It might be my favorite.
I can't
take a break. Come on.
I was just down there playing Nuclear Throne, which is coming out in the near future in the next couple months, so I'm super pumped about that. And Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Mirror's Edge
looks
Catalyst.
amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to disarm this guy. It's fine. We look just like him, right?
I didn't get a ton of time.
We look like Faith.
I didn't get a ton of time to go venture out onto the floor and play a lot of games, but I did play a little game I've been wanting to check out called Heartforth Alicia. And this game is something else. This is a love letter to anyone who ever played a game like Symphony of the Night and fell in love with that kind of genre.
I'm into it.
You must check out Heartforth Alicia.
Anthony, I'm with you on Horizon Zero Dawn. It looked fantastic. That's exciting stuff. But there's two other things that really jumped out at me. Uncharted 4, the full demo. They got to release this online at some point because it'll melt your face. It's like one of the most intense things I've ever seen. And then speaking of intense, I also went eyeballs on with Project Morpheus. There's this demo they've got here called Kitchen.
Oh, my God.
It is absolutely remarkable.
Meredith
I cannot believe
back
it. You
screaming.
played it.
I know. So that would be like the most surprising thing because I was told about it, but I didn't really know what it was. And you sit down in this creepy little chair, and it blew my mind. I'm a huge horror fan, and I keep talking about like, oh, I wish they would make Until Dawn, like a VR game. And then you actually sit there in a VR horror tech demo, and they took video of me. And I'm just like, oh, it's so gross. No. Oh, get away. Oh.
I hear it was inspired by Cooking Mama.
Oh, yeah.
Really
largely.
surprising
I can
choice.
see it now.
Yeah,
I can see it's like a dark, gritty Cooking Mama reboot, if you want to explain it.
Some people wanted.
Was there anything that kind of snuck up on you or surprised you on the floor?
Oh, well, there were a few surprises this year, weren't there?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about.
Well, there were the night one surprises, and then there were the surprises that were here.
Are we not allowed to talk about night one?
Use night one,
anymore?
please. Use
night
night one.
Because there are some Final Fantasy fans amongst us here. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
It's a thing. I can say that and not be immediately assassinated because it's actually real and it's a thing.
And speaking of things that we can say now, The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian is real.
Yes.
It's real.
It's fantastic. I got a chance to see the extended demo of this as well, and it's just, man, what a beautiful, beautiful game.
I'm already in love with my cat, bird, dog thing.
Bird dog.
My heart stopped when they did the part where he was like, he's really going to fall, he's really going to fall. Oh,
and then
here
the
comes
tail
the tail.
comes in. Oh, yes.
I thought
So
the demo
good.
was going to end there, and then he was just going to be like, no, I just fall off the screen, and you're like, no.
The Last Guardian.
But
He falls off the screen.
Yeah.
I'll see you again in another few years.
So what surprised you on the floor?
Oh, my.
Well,
What
there's one big
surprise
one that
me?
we haven't talked about yet.
Which one's that?
Shenmue
3. I didn't see it coming. I mean, this has been this whole Save Shenmue hashtag campaign. I feel like it's been going for like 3 or 4 years at this point. And I mean, to be completely blunt, I kind of wrote the possibility of that off a long time ago. I was like, it's been like 15 years. I mean, come on, right? I mean, yeah, it'd be really cool if they could pull it off. But what do you know? Yu Suzuki back in the driver's seat. Unbelievable.
Less than 24 hours. I mean, it's amazing.
The last
I'm really
I checked
proud
on that
of that
Kickstarter,
game.
it was over 3 million. They hit 2 million, which was their goal, while I was asleep that night after they announced it.
Right up the rest of those stretch goals, man. Start writing them out.
I got to say, surprising for me was Super Hypercube, which we just talked about with Nick Sutner up here. This is going to be like the Tetris of VR. You know, and not just because it looks a little bit like Tetris, but because when the Game Boy came out, you could hand a Game Boy with Tetris to anybody, and they immediately understood it and loved it, but it was challenging, and it kept growing and changing on you. This is going to be that for VR.
Wow.
It's going to be huge.
Bold words?
Yeah.
Bold words.
What I also really like this year, and I feel like sometimes at E3, we get all excited about these games, but then we have to like wait a year to play them.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff we got to cover, like Batman comes out in like a week.
Oh, that looks so good.
Looks
Oh,
so
I
good.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
Batman Arkham Knight comes out in a week.
I could be the
Rocket
Batman.
League.
Be the Batman.
Yes.
Rocket League comes out in July.
Yes.
Big fan following on that
King's Quest also is coming out.
If I may,
Very
Final
interesting.
Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word comes
one.
out
Oh,
soon.
my. Where's the chloroform when you
Right.
need it?
So yeah, obviously, tons and tons of stuff. If you have to think for a moment before you remember Batman, that must mean that we covered
So
a
much.
huge amount of things. So here, we're going to end it all with a little bit of recap. The PlayStation 3 E3 livecast is almost over.
Almost.
But we have everything coming up on our channel. So if you missed a segment, something that we just talked about, something that you wanted to see but you weren't around, it's going to come out on the YouTube channel. We're breaking it all apart. We also have extra coverage of all the games that we covered here. We've even got a little game there called Shenmue 3 that's got a little bit of extra video on it.
My
Goodness me, Sid,
Wow.
and you thought it would never happen. Here's a look back at everything we saw this amazing week.
And I still feel you. Wherever you are, I belong. Don't wanna let you go. Don't ever let me go. You'll never let me go. Don't ever let me go. You'll never let me go. I'll never let you go.
A whole lot of love for the PlayStation fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can bury my love. You can bury my love. But I'll keep on keeping on. You can send my soul to the Lord above. But I'll keep on keeping on.
To see how many millions of people all over the world enjoy what we do is truly an honor.
PlayStation. PlayStation.